Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out with legendary boxing writer Colin Hart. Colin, really appreciate you joining us. We're here at a press conference today that was originally intended as the final press conference for Saturday's big show at Wembley Arena. Now a frantic search is on for a new opponent for Daniel Dubois, Richard Lartey experiencing visa problems. So now this press conference is going to be utilised to announce the signing of Olympic silver medalist Joe Joyce, unbeaten pro as well, to Frank Warren. What do you make of that as a signing and Joyce as a we can't call him a prospect anymore, a contender?
Well, the heavyweight division is booming in Britain at last. We waited a long time. So we've got Anthony Joshua, we've got Tyson Fury, we've got Daniel Dubois, we've got Joe Joyce, and we mustn't forget Mr. Allen after he knocked out Brown at the O2. So, I've never known it for many, I've been going a long time. It's the best heavyweight division in this country since we had Cooper and Erskine and Billy Walker, Brian London, that era. There's never been an era like it since.
And talking and putting things into historical context, it's looking very likely that Joe Joyce and Daniel Dubois will face each other in July for the vacant British heavyweight title, vacated by Hughie Fury, of course. Where does that rank among the pantheon of great all-British heavyweight fights?
Well, it's the best we've had for many years. I remember the big excitement when Henry Cooper fought Billy Walker, for example.
Blonde Bomber.
Right, and then of course the Joe Bugner fight. So we're going back a long way. We're going back 40-odd years before we've had two British heavyweights. You're not sure which one's going to win.
How do you kind of balance that fight out? Is it kind of youth and exuberance against experience and savvy, or is there a bit more to it than that?
Well, Joyce and Dubois can't go down as experience because, in the old days, they'll both be considered novices. I don't know how many pro fights Danny has now, 9 or 10, is it? Yeah, Joyce has only had a handful. They're both unbeaten. They're both big punchers. It's an ideal matchup, and I've got to hand it to both men and Frank Warren to get them together, because I never thought it was to happen this quickly.
What do you think's been the secret behind this heavyweight resurgence? Because like you say, it does hark back now to the glass golden era we had.
I can't put my finger on it. It goes in cycles. It just seems to have happened. Maybe it's because guys are getting bigger and bigger. Young men are bigger than they've ever been through, modern scientific dieting, etc. But I'm glad it is happening because, they say where heavyweight boxing goes, boxing goes.
Yeah, it's a great sign for us. And also, we've seen a recent trend of new broadcasters coming into the sport, of course, as well. We just heard World Boxing Super Series is going to be on Sky. We've got Ultimate Boxers going to be on Box Nation, as well as BT Sport, as well as obviously Frank and Eddie doing their thing. Must be a great time to be involved. And you've seen it all. You've been around a lot longer than I have in the boxing scene. But this must be a bit of a rejuvenating era.
Well, there's been nothing to compare it with. To think we're going to see Mr. Inoue from Japan in Scotland very soon. That's exciting. To me, he's one of the top 10 fighters in the world today. That never used to happen years ago, and it's because of television money.
So we're in a great position. Just bringing it back to Joyce and Dubois, do you think it'll be the biggest all-British fight this year?
Oh, without question. Oh, sorry. You can never be positive about anything in boxing. Obviously, if by the end of this year Joshua was to fight Fury, then obviously that would be the biggest British heavyweight fight of all time in terms of money and interest.
And last question, hate to put you on the spot, but it's kind of what we're paid for, I suppose. Who's going to win the fight, assuming it happens in July?
If it happens in July, I would bet Dubois. Only because I think he punches harder than Joyce.
And in heavyweight boxing, that's even more important than the other division.
Yeah, it is.
Brilliant. Well, Colin Hart, absolute legend. Really thank you for your time.
My pleasure.